Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the CrossFit Update Studios. I'm Sean Woodland, being joined by a man who is an 8-time CrossFit Games competitor. He is a 3-time Affiliate Cup champion and a longtime member of the L1 seminar staff. He is James Hobart. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You finished 33rd in the world in the Open. So tell me again why you're not competing this year.
I think the biggest thing was I surprised myself a little bit with how the Open ended up. But I think the biggest thing was I went into it with the intention of not competing. And I saw that finish, and I think I had some inkling of being like, well, maybe I'll go to regionals and give it one last shot. But for me personally, the preparation hasn't been there. And I've wanted to focus on other things in my life, and that's been going very well. Thankfully, competition in the past and training has been, I've been blessed with it, and it's been very favorable to me. So it's okay to step back.
How have you been keeping busy, though, now that you were not training with the Mayhem crew, 40 times a day?
Yeah, really good question. The biggest thing is I started coaching again inside an affiliate. I coach up at Hobart CrossFit 1, which has really kind of reinvigorated my attitude toward just training and being back inside the gym, which is really nice. I'm hopefully going to pick up some more back-end work and the sideline work as we approach the games and for the regionals, which I'm looking forward to, hoping to work with you a little bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
I can't wait. And just spending more time, being a good boyfriend and a good son, I hope. So.
You mentioned that you thought about maybe going to regionals, but what would have to happen for you to say, all right, I'm back, I'm competing?
I think the blood pact I sort of made with my girlfriend and my mom was kind of giving me a nudge too. I said if I finished top 3 in the combined region, when they combine them, I would go. Okay. But I think I finished 6th.
Your first appearance at the Games was 2009, and you've been every year since then. What are the biggest changes that you've seen as far as the competitive landscape at the Games is concerned?
I don't want to take away anything from any athlete who competed in any year. But I feel like earlier on in the CrossFit Games, if you had, a few, I don't want to call them party tricks, but if you had a few outlying strengths, you would be a really good competitor. Now, I think the difference is hours that these guys put in the gym, outside of the gym with their training and recovery, and that with the length of the season, the completeness of the testing, the Open, the regionals, and the games, you really can't have any huge weaknesses.
You have been on the L1 seminar staff, I think, since 2010, correct?
Yes. I
know you have a ton of stories. What is one of your favorite, because I know some of these might not be safe for work, but what is one of your favorite stories from your time on the staff?
Actually, I was just thinking about this, and one of my favorite stories is one of the biggest things, when I went to my level 1, I was like, I want to do this. And I think a lot of people have that feeling, and a lot of the trainers who go through that, instruct the level 1. I had Adrian Bosman there. I think Dave Castro was one of the instructors at my level 1. And you see these guys and you're like, wow, they make it look so easy. I could do this too, and I want to do this. We get a fair amount of that. At the end of level 1, someone will come up to you and they'll say, they'll pat you on the shoulder and be like, hey, how do I get involved in this? Mm-hmm. And I think for a lot of people, they think it's like you just kind of stroll in and throw on a red shirt and do the weekend, and it's not. There's a lot of involvement, there's a lot of prep. And we had a young trainer come through a level 1, and then he came through the level 2, and he was like, hey, I want to do this someday. I want to come coach up here at Hobart CrossFit 1, and, I'm getting out of the military. And I was like, okay. And then, there he was, interning at Hobart CrossFit 1, and now he's a full-time coach up there. His name's Peter O'Donnell, and it's fantastic how he's grown as a coach. And it was really neat to see someone set a goal, and then he kind of disappeared from my life, but then it circled back around. There he showed back up, and he really attained his goal. So I thought it's one of my favorite stories to kind of see some follow-up to what happens to people next when they leave.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people have had their lives changed by attending one of those seminars, and they really dive headfirst into CrossFit. So good on you for helping him out.
I don't know if I did anything great, but yeah, personally, CrossFit redirected my career path. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and speaking of that, if you hadn't found CrossFit in your life, what would you be doing right now?
I don't know. I'd probably be pushing paper as a lawyer. I mean, if it was like that would be the safest bet. I'm very lucky it turned out differently.
Yeah. Was there one type of law that you were specializing in?
I wasn't specializing. I really liked trusts and estates.
Okay.
I thought it'd be fun to work
Exciting
with.
stuff.
Yeah, hey, reading contracts all day. But yeah, that's what maybe where I would have ended up.
All right, well, James Hobart is going to be transitioning from being a competitor to being on the media side of things. You guys are going to get to hear from him during regionals and at the games. We're certainly looking forward to that. And we hope to one day possibly see you back at competition, but we don't want to rush it because we love having you as part of the media team. James Hobart, 8-time CrossFit Games competitor and a 3-time Affiliate Cup champion.